Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for Movie Monday over thing. I don't know. I just woke up from a nap a few minutes ago. I laid down because I was downloading what we were going to watch today, and just lay my head down to take a bit of a rest, and ended up falling asleep for a full REM cycle, or almost one. And so I woke up feeling precisely energized, and I hopped out of bed, sat down, and started recording. And so I sit here in a state that is somewhere not quite in consciousness, somewhere closer to dreaming. A little bit between the bright lights of the waking world and the dark dusk of Nod, the sixth borough. I find myself walking the lines in between and living amidst dreams. But we always live amidst dreams. And I bring this up because it's the only thing that I know about the film we're about to watch. We're going to watch Satoshi Kon's Paprika, a movie that, as far as I know, is about dreams. But that is all I know. That's it. The movie's about dreams, and as far as I know, it's not about roasted pepper. Roasted powdered pepper. This film should be fucking fascinating. I'm going to read something to you. This is from Carl G. Jung's Man and His Symbols. It's one of the earliest pages. Because there are innumerable things beyond the range of human understanding, we constantly use symbolic terms to represent concepts that we cannot define or fully comprehend. This is one reason why all religions employ symbolic language or images, but this conscious use of symbols is only one aspect of a psychological fact of great importance. Man also produces symbols unconsciously and spontaneously in the form of dreams. I'm just skipping a bunch to get to the meat. Then there are certain events of which we have not consciously taken note. They have remained, so to speak, below the threshold of consciousness, down in the background. They have happened, but they have been absorbed subliminally, without our conscious knowledge. We can become aware of such happenings only in a moment of intuition or by a process of profound thought that leads to a later realization that they must have happened, and though we may have originally ignored their emotional and vital importance, it later wells up from the unconscious as a sort of afterthought. It may appear, for instance, in the form of a dream. As a general rule, the unconscious aspect of any event is revealed to us in dreams, where it appears not as a rational thought, but as a symbolic image. As a matter of history, it was the study of dreams that first enabled psychologists to investigate the unconscious aspect of conscious psychic events. It is on such evidence that psychologists assume the existence of an unconscious psyche, though many scientists and philosophers deny its existence. Not as many anymore. Most of us are pretty solidly knowledgeable of the fact that we have an unconscious mind. People were not always thus. We used to believe ourselves awake. Ha 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 ha. As if. Though many scientists and philosophers deny its existence, they argue naively that such an assumption implies the existence of two subjects, or, to put it in a common phrase, two personalities within the same individual. But this is exactly what it does imply, and quite correctly. And it is one of the curses of modern man that many people suffer from this divided personality. It is by no means a pathological symptom. It is a normal fact that can be observed at any time, everywhere. It is not merely the neurotic whose right hand does not know what the left hand is doing. This predicament is a symptom of a general unconsciousness that is the undeniable common inheritance of all mankind. Whoever denies the existence of the unconscious is in fact assuming that our present knowledge of the psyche is total. And this belief is clearly just as false as the assumption that we know all there is to be known about the natural universe. Our psyche is part of nature, and its enigma is as limitless. Thus, we cannot define either the psyche or nature. We can merely state what we believe them to be, and describe as best we can how they function. Quite apart, therefore, from the evidence that medical research has accumulated, there are strong grounds of logic for rejecting statements like, there is no unconscious. Those who say such things merely express an age-old misoneism, a fear of the new and the unknown. Might have said that wrong. A second half, a part of you that is in dreaming. A while ago, I made a mention of something. I'm just putting this all out there so that I have a basis for where my own thoughts go as we watch this film. I'm just going to draw it out really quick. I figured something out that I found very important for myself, and you may find it far less important, and I don't mind that one bit. It's totally acceptable if you do. But I drew this symbol, that symbol right there. That symbol is a mountain above the clouds, but the start of this symbol, the start of what I was looking for was an iceberg. Because this symbol generates the fractal pattern, to some extent, of the Fibonacci sequence, which is to say it extends itself down deeper into infinity, which I think is pretty cool. And the reason that it does that is because this line is the water line, and this is the tip of the iceberg. And this tip of the iceberg is my name, it's my signature. And that representation is an exact representation of my mind. There are these parts that are up above the surface, but everything else dwells below. And that's the way that everyone's mind works, as far as we know. And so we turn our attention to Satoshi Kon's Paprika, a dream made manifest in hours and hours of painstaking labor by dozens and dozens of highly talented people who've worked together, sublimating their own individual creativity in order to tell a story about stories, a dream made manifest that speaks to the dreaming part of the soul, or at least speaks about it. And we, unawakened dreaming creatures that we are, we lucky few, we lucky many, get to sit here and look through a window, through the lens of one of the greatest artistic minds, which is to say one of the greatest representers of dream, one who is capable of taking the inarticulate and articulating it, not completely, but slightly better, via complicated media, film, movement, light, color, shape, flow, music, sound, voice, and take the wispy, ethereal, and pull it through a crack in the membrane of dreaming. Thread it into a cloak of varied colors and sell it in a DVD for all of us to witness. And so witness we shall. Today we watch Paprika by Satoshi Kon. I don't have that much time, and I don't care. I'm going to watch this damn movie. I'm going to let it happen to me. I'm afraid of this film. I'm actually afraid of it. I'm afraid that it'll have some things right that I don't want to see. I don't expect that Kon will have gotten much of it wrong. Not that there's necessarily stuff to get wrong about dreaming, but it strikes me as important to say that not all dreams are created equal, and neither are stories. There are stories that really work, that make sense. And the great stories, as far as I can tell, set out characters and an argument. And I don't know who the characters in this show will be, or in this play that we're about to watch will be. And I don't know what their argument will be about. But I'll bet it has something to do with being more in touch with dreaming. I'll bet it has something to do with the dangers that we face, individually and socioculturally, if we take our grand dreams and throw them to the wayside as if they do not matter. If we turn our attention entirely to the rational, the objective, the observed. our dreams will move toward being out of control. And we believe ourselves to be rational actors in the world who act upon the world based on what we see and observe. But that is not the case. We are irrational actors, emotional movers, and we act upon the world based on dream, myth, goal, potential, fantasy, fiction, future. So we dismiss dreams at our peril, and we'll see whether the characters in Paprika dismiss dreams. And if they do, what perils will they find, and how will those reflect upon us? So let us away into dreaming, my friends. I'm Teeaboo, and this will be Paprika, and I really look forward to it. Before we dive in, I want to mention something. For the past week, I've been saying this at the beginning of every video, and this one will be no different. A week ago, I decided that I wasn't living my reality properly. I spoke some things about the way that I think that things should be, about the way that I think that value should be traded, about the way that I think that information should be shared, and the way that a livelihood should be made. And I said those things, and when I said them, I realized that I believe them, but that belief is a process of doing, not a process of thinking. And that if you just believe something, that doesn't do shit. It doesn't do fuck all. Not until you start acting it out. So I've started acting it out. And the way that that looks is this. For the 3 years that I've had this channel, my primary source of income has been Patreon. My only source of income has been Patreon. But my primary source of incentive to bring people into the Patreon was early access, which is to say that when I recorded and edited and rendered a video, I would put it up and withhold it from the audience for a week in order to falsely generate value in the withholding. The value being, you can get this thing sooner. But that's not real value. Not really. And people paid in droves those $5 in order to get the thing early. But that's not what I want from my relationship with you and my relationship with your money. What I want is this. I will make the best content that I can. If it does something for you, please support me. I will cease to exist if you don't. You can call that guilt tripping if you'd like to, but I will cease to exist if you do not choose to support me. So feel guilty. Har, 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 har. But that's the way that it is now. It's all free. Every bit of it. Every bit of my life's work. All the past work for years. And all the future work for decades to come. All of it will be free. So here's another way to frame it. If you've got $5 to burn this month or next month, what's the best investment you could make with those $5? Food for yourself? Half a Netflix subscription? Couple beers? One coffee? You could put it in savings, and I recommend that you do. Put it in crypto. Might work better than savings. Put it in the stock market. Don't do that. We're about to hit a recession. Wait until the stocks go down, and then put it in the stock market. Hold cash for right now. Well, here's a proposition. Invest in me. Invest in me. Because $5 right now could make a really big difference in my life. And that really big difference could turn me into the kind of person who could make content that could make a really big difference in your life. And that's what I'd like to do. So, my entreaty to you is this. If you enjoy this video, if you enjoy the fact that it's free and that it has no ads on it, and that I haven't showed a damn sponsor to you, except for myself. I haven't tried to sell you athletic greens, which, by the way, I've been taking and are quite nice. I'll do an unbiased review soon. I haven't tried to sell you salt packets. I haven't tried to sell you Squarespace. I haven't tried to sell you anything. Because I think that's the way that content should be. Value, free, value, returned, consensually, by choice, by you. So if you find value in the content, in the speech, in the connection, in the absolute burgeoning love that I have for all of you and for this media, please support me in my everlasting pursuit for a smidgen of truth and peace. Because I'm going to go out into the forest in the darkness, where there are snakes and monsters, and I'm going to gather banana. And then I won't just hoard the banana and give you bananas. I will tell you where the banana trees are and let you go for yourself to find them. I don't wish to catch a fish for you. I don't wish to teach you how to fish. I wish to teach you how to learn how to fish. And in the process, to teach you how to learn. And in the process of that, to teach you how to teach. Because if you could learn to learn and learn to teach, we could save this fucking planet. And we might be able to do it by blending and understanding a little bit more about Dream. So support the channel on Patreon. Drop a comment. Give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the second channel. It's T Talks Too Much. T-E-E Talks Too Much. T Talks Too Much. I'm doing daily live streams, 10 a.m. every day. I've been doing them consistently for the past week or so. Like, really consistently. They've been really fun. Been really talking to the audience, and it's wonderful. Come join, please. And thank you for watching. We're going to watch Paprika. I've downloaded the VCB Studio version of Paprika because it looked really good. I've got it up and ready to go. It's 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there will be available in the description down there. Timer-based version, which you're currently watching, will be up on YouTube, and it'll have a timer. Go ahead and get your own copy of Paprika ready to go, or head over to the picture-in-picture version and make sure you come back for the discussion, because the beep-beep timer to count you down to the beginning of the film will be coming at you right now. Love me some good-ass Madhouse. Let's go. So angry. Fucking angriest house. Is that a circus floor? Looks like a circus. Circuses are classic. Circus is life. Stages are stages. Okay. Clown car. Immediately we begin with the absurd and impossible. And we're unclear in framing where this is happening. Ta-da! Showtime! Are we in Dream? Those remind me of Amaburi. Wow, so many people. Roar! Alright, there's a character. He's a traitor. Back of head, eyes. This is Dream. Okay. Nightmare, even. Whoa. Oh, that's a... Oh, what the fuck was that? What? They all have the same... They all have his face. What the fuck? Trapped in a cage, pursued by yourself. That's Paprika. What? Hurrah! Woo! It's himself. Herself. Yep. What the fuck? Just immediate insanity. This is all. Oh my god, we're Escher painting now. Loops and loops. Chasing yourself down endless hallways, Inception style. Wow, there it goes. You can't get closer. The world folds in. And we head toward waking? Fade to white, wake up. But what about the rest of it? And we awaken. Happy nightmares, buddy. Happy nightmares, buddy. What kind of a device are you wearing on your face, head, skull? What the fuck? That's not far off, man. They're just missing the magnetism elements of that. That's close. Holy shit, Cone. Cone, what the fuck? You saw that then? Yeah, of course it's incomplete. Wait, what? You'll be able to enter the dream even while awake? And they record it. We're still in dream, right? We're doing psychotherapy now. Well, you believe that, but obviously he is. You're afraid of being betrayed. By yourself. Well, you're the one who chases. It's the romantic narrative. Yeah, they're all incorporated film dreams. Okay. He's kind of awkward. Is he trying not to flirt with her because she's too young? I don't know what's going on there. All right, so what the fuck is that? Okay. Endless hallways, red floors, and you're chasing yourself around because you're uncertain who it is. Wow. God, the angles and representations and framings are so... Wow! Straight through. Bang, bang. Brrr. Konakawa. What's your name? That's our title? Wow, that's rad. I want that font. Wow. Is that backward? Okay, we'll see. Yeah, there we go. As soon as it wipes past, it's her. She embodies all dreams, huh? She flows between. Awake, young, eyes. Her irises are actually pulsing there. That's crazy. Passing through scenes from one to another. Wow. Wow, what the fuck? That makes my brain go wibbly. The character acting, the animation, it's... See, that scene is perfect blue. The skipping down and becoming invisible? Con, what the fuck? Layer, 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 reflection, 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 reflection. Get hit on by boys. Oh, wow, it's the same idea. That was articulated in Perfect Blue as well. And she's gone. Inside the car? Ha! Ha ha! Ah! Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck was that? Maybe they're the same person. Maybe that character, Paprika, maybe she doesn't exist and she's a figment of the youth consciousness of this woman. That's a large man. That seems so, my guy. Do you have a... What, did you get stuck on your dick? Okay. It was stolen. That's much better. Fuck. And she stole them, maybe? That's a hell of a face on that character. Must be internal. What an angle. What a shot. Forward to back. And we're doing this into elevators over and over. Elevators are liminal spaces in between. Doors that close. Also, that was perfectly on thirds. No. Dangerous. Oh. Chan. Oh, hello, and we just fall into step as a squad. That's so good. I love the way that Big Man walks. Wow. That's crazy. That's probably not good. So I wonder who has the thing. Something silly? Nope. What the fuck? Hi. Okay. He is a representation of father. And he's locked to body, isn't he? The trees in the background, the spiring spirals. It goes too far. We've flown too close to the sun. Mm-hmm. Wow, his eyes. Right, a tool will be used, a weapon too. Right, it's just the possibility though. A great joy and a great fear. Why? How does he know that? That's like a Buddhist koan almost. Yeah, he's telling stories. He's way half and half. He's speaking in... He's speaking entirely in representation. My guy just had a psychotic break mid-conversation. He's gonna jump out a window. Oh my god, he's gonna jump out a window! Because your unconscious determines your conscious actions. The refrigerator will dance the way, the confetti parade, the mailbox, the dancing frogs, all the princesses. The great parade. What? Through a desert of the unknowing, the Tori walking. Okay, so he's locked in now. Wow, that was so good that happened so snappy. Nah, dog, that was some bullshit. Maybe. Truth will shine. Okay. But the ignorant son. Because you need darkness. You must have darkness to have light. You've stepped too far into dreaming, perhaps. And they ignore the lesson at their own peril. Another running man on a billboard, on a truck. The way this guy takes up so much space is really fantastic. Yeah, so let's meet Himuro. Because Himuro is next, right? This reminds me of, like, Laughing Man in Ghost in the Shell. Or in Psychopaths. Resentment. This is a huge revelation from him. We don't respond to it. I don't fully trust that guy, by the way, just to say that out here, but I don't distrust him either, really. Wow, with a full set of lockpicks, there you go. Ooh, here we are. Here we are. This is a cluttered dream. This is what the unconscious mind of this person looks like, right? When you walk into somebody's room, that's what you're seeing, is themselves reflected out. And there you have him, so excited, so smiling. Oh boy. Hard boys. Okay, so homosexuality. Child with the face. What the fuck? No. What the fuck? How dreaming are we? Oh, that's the thing. We're all dreaming all the time. I'm sorry, what? She's within her. Ooh, CG. She's within her. Paprika's within her. That's what I kind of thought at first, right? She is within her. That's why we swipe by as she goes by the car. Ah, down into the basement, into the depths. This is where the hidden imagery happens. Open door at the end of a hallway. Scary crayon drawings, cluttered hallways. Light, children laughing. You pass between. Welcome to the carnival of delight and terror, green and red. Empty, empty. All the world's stages placed out for you. Hello. Don't chase too carelessly. This buildup of sound. Twitchy. Electronic. Oh, that does something to my brain. Whoa! Ha! What? Did I just hear Paprika's voice in the background? I think I did. No, okay. Yeah. You would have to match waveforms. Yeah, bring it, girl, bring it. Come on. Wow, so while awake, as said. Right. So it can slip into your mind no matter what, and it's killing people. It's capable. Yeah, and the paella. The fuck do you mean? Man's gotta eat. Fight terrorism. Just a framing device. I expect this guy will sacrifice himself for the greater good by the end of the film. Where marches the carnival? Good God, what insanity. With him as king. Okay, the protector of dreams. But it's your own arrogance. The sanctity. Oh. Saving me. Whoa, that was schmancy. Wow. Oh, she's sinking into him. What the fuck? Back awake? Back awake. Right, where was it headed? She just answers the question with no compunctions. She's Paprika, right? Yeah, of course you do. Okay. Thank you, not her. You haven't changed. Heh. A second personality? A separation? A split so that she can remain safe? It's too far gone to stop it here. I love the framing, the lines, the backing, the thirds, the fuck. They can't have a meeting? What does that mean? Who can't meet? What? What? Oh, because Paprika came to him. So he was doing it backdoor. She really is a woman of your dreams. Yes, she is. Reflections on Dr. Chiba. Yeah. Oh, she's dreamless. Okay. Well, I resonate with that. I have trouble with remembering dreams. The homicide scene. Why? How? Uh-oh. And we're just there. Okay. Cool art. What a great use of the CG scene. Look around. That's 2 looking arounds. Third one. Yes! I think they're very similar. Yes! Arigatou gozaimasu. The fuck is this? Again, the same framing thirds. And we've just dropped out of the previous place where he was looking at the computer. That's lane level absurd. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's a flaw, bud. Dreams, man. I can tell. Alright, out into dreaming we go. What's outside of that world? The dreaming. The dreaming. Movie land. All the places you have been before. All the shots from your own dream. You don't believe in movies, bud? You're wrong. Movies are what you live in. Oh. Walls, walls, boundaries. Lights go out. Fuck. Oh, well then. Join the Great Parade, I see. Was there this much plant life in here before? There was not this much plant life in here before, right? Shut it down. That's not gonna work. Ah, this is retribution. Before a profound dream science falters. Okay. Just packing it up? Fuck. That's not what he means. That's an attitude. Weird genius. Oh, well, that's a symbol. Yep. That's an interesting one. We saw that before. Yeah. Dreamland. Ah, and it's a dilapidated monster place. Awesome. The the dilapidated amusement park is a great classical dream symbol. So there we go. We enter into the spaces in between. Realities and representations. Let's go. Not the living version in Dream, the dead version. Because we're moving away from dream and fantasy. That sound comes back. Won't, won't, won't. Not this time. Overcome the fear of falling. Through white and black, shadow and leaf. Just another victim. What the fuck? It's on its own. Not a mastermind. Mastered minds? Dreams manifest on their own? Is that what's going on here? Are the dreams themselves awake? Oh, Jesus. Oh, we don't know that he's the culprit, dog. This isn't us. Uh-huh. Playing with things that you shouldn't have played with. Oh, that's a great symbol in the background. The Sphinx and the answer. What's the riddle? The riddle, the riddle. The spear is useless. Where's the riddle? Ah, hello. Long time no see. They shouldn't know each other. But they immediately recognize each other because she's Paprika. Whoa. Look at him. There you go. Ugh, sorry. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty fucking great. So his head's in the clouds. Literally head above the city in the clouds. Where are his feet grounded, though? Yeah, I have never experienced that. So yeah. Sure, sure. The Sphinx herself. Ready to bite his head off. It's a little more complicated than that. Wow. Fuck you, man. No answers. Isn't it wonderful? That's a way to put it. Just chilling alongside. All right, bro. Oh, okay. Professor fucking Xavier. Fucking depressed Professor. Depressor Xavier. There he is. No, no. You end up here because you end up somewhere, and there's always something wrong wherever you end up. Chasing dreams, it always leads you down rabbit holes you don't expect. Uh-oh. Anxiety coming in. Welcome to a waking dream, buddy. Wasn't there a person on the back of that thing? Ooh, heart attack. Panic attack, at least. Wow, what a great depiction. Two brothers, two children, two boys, two boys, two boys. Green light. Flash. One dripping, the other not. Infinite hallways. Uh-huh. But there's no way to save everything unless you go back into the darkness. You need a piece of the monster to save everything from the monster. Yeah, he always feels like that, like Tokita is overwhelming him, is better than him. This guy might be our culprit. Do you want to step up into the role? She's already walked. Wow, wrecked, bud. Yeah, you think you're suited for it? I know you're not. Walks away. Wow, what a call out. Fucking balls. 3 eyes. A new device. Stop tinkering, kid. I love that his Rue as well as a compiled mess. Also, is that the little doll from Paranoia Agent in the background? The little pink doll? Smack! Yeah. Whoa, what? Why is he cut out of that? Of his own picture? Yeah, it's not that simple, man. Hey. We gotta fix the problem. Stop focusing on the bullshit. Sounds like they just have ADHD. Finally an insult. God, her facial expressions are fantastic. Open your eyes and see that you're hurting him. We don't even get to see his response. Cut back. Show his response. Yep, that was brutal. Ouch. But it'll just make him hide deeper into it. Looped around the eye. You just fucked up, Chiba. Shoes off, running. Will she transition? Whoa. Whoa. That's somebody different. Back into the cage. So we repeat the myth. And now it's yourself chasing yourself. And we drop through. Back into here for Paprika. Hi. The one where I get out. Wherever the exit is. Oh, you're seeking it. You're seeking an adventure. Okay, maybe not. Infinite floors. Movie chunks, representations, dreams, mythologies. But in the elevator, you can step back and move between. Stop. Stop this ride. Where do you need to go? Whoa. There's nowhere else to go. Yourself as killer, as hallway, as wow. Could we not, actually? That wasn't fun. Oh. The side hallway. Somebody else. We get to go again through the dream. We hold the moment. He's the other him. The gun is smoking. And yourself comes down the hallway to kill you? And it's yourself that you killed. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes perfect. What? I feel you, Pupper. Oh. Sure. Oh, what are you gonna do, buddy? I don't really get any of that stuff. Let's be friends, buddy. Nothing could go wrong. What could go wrong? And now Now the parade has a genius in it. And he's about to be fully taken over, isn't he? Now it's just the doll at the center? With 2 Grand Guardians. Oh, himself has that robot. He's not even in that doll, man. That's not even him. You're talking to the wrong person. It's everyone's dreams. It's the collective. Yup. No. You go, that's right, but you don't get it, dog. You should not have done this. Who is the master of this dream? The conceit of a daytime rise. Ah, dreams always want to be free. No. Not at all. It's the dream itself. Whoa, what the fuck? I do think that the 180-degree rule. Yeah, we just did it. Awkward cut. Flip-flop. Movies. You've given them up. Oh, can you see your own dreams? Huh. Wow. A young man. Back to a young man. Butterflies from the what? It's creeping in. The dreaming is here. Another you. Your subconscious, maybe. He's wearing 3B, so that's classroom, high school. And it spills forth because he's in it now. It's overpowering. No, this is everyone's head. This is bad. 1 grand dream and he's a part of it now. Yep, he's lost. Come and dance with us. Come and march with the great parade. Irrelevant. Build up, build up, build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. Ha ha! Fuck! Oh my shit, what the dick titties? What? One merged dream forms many. They're externalizing. Into the wired. Into the collective. Whoa, it's learning. What the fuck? The fuck is all that fucking bullshit? Oh my god, Wukong! What the fuck? That's so... Ah! Yeah, you're flying around on clouds! Achan. They're really separate personas, huh? She's fully externalized herself into a separate person who exists in dream. Just who the hell do you think I am? The country girl I saved once before. What the fuck? Sore. The Chaos Parade. Incredible. Incredible. Oh, an empty throne guides us forward. Marching with no goal. That doesn't mean he's here. Ah. A whisper. Shredded paper. Confetti. Cracks in the fabric of reality itself. Oh god, this is gonna be— oh my god, wow! Through the looking glass, indeed. What lies beyond broken places? Shattered dreams? And we descend once more into chaos and darkness, and find a confetti-filled land of empty. It's like a torii, a gate into a new location. So she passes the threshold, down deeper into darkness. Fuck that! Oh! They're moving like bees. Like bees. In uncertainty and back. Ah, of course it's him. Uh-huh. A wisp. Deeper into the deeper unknown? Oh, hello. Panty shot! Wow! The currents here are too strong for a little fairy. I hope you brought some magic dust, girl. You're gonna need it. You have to go into the wind, huh? It's the only way. Yep. Always into the wind. Deep trees. Whoa. Okay, roots. We're getting down to the core now. Fractal patterns. This is neurology. These are synapses and nerve endings. That's what this looks like. Yeah. Through the eyes. Are we inside the statue now? The shell of the man. The fractal patterns. Himuro, right? Rooted in him, but not him. Much greater now. Fly, Paprika. And what lies above? A great tree with a grand face? Kaicho. Incredible sequence. Incredible. And her hair is like Paprika's now. She's halfway. Tangled angles. Kaicho. Just a shell. A pathology, an ideology, a collective dream. And that means anybody. Katamari Damacy style. A rolling ball of endless insanity, a flood of water down, a deluge, and it belongs to Kaicho. A chaotic dream, and the plants have grown further. And he seeks freedom, doesn't he? It opens on its own! I will not allow it to intrude in this holy ground of dream. How dare we poke holes in the membranes between? Things are meant to be separate. Dreaming, and he's a liar! Top to bottom. Yeah, you justify yourself. That line again. And he's here. And he's been waiting the whole time. Go, Paprika. Yes, it all has been. You're getting cut off, dude. Human connection? You can't rip it off of her, can you? Fuck. No, she has to fight. Run, girl. No, you have to face it to some extent. Oh my god, a wave of root. Symbols. Mating with the Sphinx. Allowing the serpent and cat in. Becoming the Sphinx. Fuck you, you don't get to decide. True. Controlled by the parent. Shit. To a new dream, Paprika. That's a good one. The unknown up above. No, you have to face it. When you run from dreams, they grow larger. Swallowed by the great whale. I forget what that is. It doesn't matter. This is spectacular. Too late. Go in anyway. Damn it. Can't. The butterflies are the other guy, right? Or are they something I haven't noticed yet? Ah, okay, butterflies, traps. Beauty held down, nature collected and dried. All identical, all in a row. And she is among them, pinned. Because he wants to trap her. Got it. So he's really quite the monster. Right, obsessed with her. This is the bottom framing of an Escher drawing. There would be a loop up at the top. No, he's only interested in your beauty. And in disparaging it. Shatterable. I have the power here. Stark blue and red, so good. So very special. That might not be a good thing, but that's the point. You buy into that, huh? He's just repeating the same lines. He doesn't understand what he's saying. No, but they can be understood. Yeah, you don't understand at all. We get this great eye looking down upon them. Midnight. And he waits for the date. So, Mr. Man, this is your chance to save the girl. He fell for her in a moment, and he doesn't realize that they're one and the same. No, I'm sure. Well, what's the difference? I'm not dreaming. I'm not dreaming, I know it. Midnight. Cinderella. The 17th floor. Yeah, what's your deal, man? Trying to tell a story? Gave up that dream? Ah. He's linked it to the trauma. He's understood. He's realized the psychotherapy has completed. Now you have to face it. The memory. The self. You and your brother, you and a friend. The betrayer. The same film that we're watching right now. Faster at the races. Always chasing. Who was it? Was it Osanai? I feel like it was Osanai, but I'm not sure. And him? And what happened? Ah, so you worry that you killed him. Ah. There, him. He's a betrayer. And it's himself. The other half. Yourself, Cain and Abel. The you and the you. The man on the floor, the man running out. The self that you slew. The ideal that is gone. What rest of it? The story isn't complete. The movie was never finished. The loop hasn't been closed. Back to Dreamland. Paprika, your movie, isn't it? The real you? A monster? A butterfly? Ugh. The highest quality, worst tit wobble. Ugh, no. Ah! 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 That is the best fucking creepy depiction of unwanted touch that I have ever seen. Holy shit, fuck you, Cone. A mask. Chiba. The real you. No layers, no suits. The woman beneath. Like a cocoon, like a chrysalis. Perfection. And you are not in control of yourself. You've allowed a dream to corrupt you, and you can't even save what you want. She'll be taken from you and raped by your boss, and you can't stop it, buddy. You let it into you. You let it in. Push. Break through. Through the membrane, through the barrier, through the film, into reality. No halves. No half measures. You fool. No, he does. Push! Till you break, yes. No, the reality, not the shell. Chiba. Yep. You gotta fight that monster. Wow! The right hand and the left hand. He tears himself apart. You don't even need to. You don't need to shoot him. Just walk. Yep. Just contempt. Just walk. Get the fuck out of here. No, a woman integrated, not a mere woman. Wow! His own shattering. Oh boy, you should not have put that on, Doc boy. Huh, weird. Huh, strange. Huh? What the fuck? The movie. Tarzan with the girl. Ah! Your own complicated. And she's not getting up. My dream, fuck you. Be careful with that. Down into the hallway? Yep. The self. The running man. Oh, it's pretty traumatic. What about the rest of the dream? What about the rest of the movie? Finish it. Close the loop. The lights go out in the theater. The film has ended. Oh, what the? We did it! Encore! Encore! Oh, and the kiss at the end. Woo! Wow, and it's all him in the audience watching, because this is the dream that he wanted anyway. A romance worth romance. Hey! Cute. The fuck? Oh, that's a good question. All we need is a spinning top to figure that one out. I guess so, but that comes to be a dream, man! Marching fucking refrigerators everywhere. Oh, hi. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Is this the real world? He's translucent. What the fuck? Whoa. And he is actually unable. That body is mine. You're gonna get pulled down. The two halves pull each other down. Bye! Bye! Sinking into your own wealth. You're still in full dream. Another doorway, man. God damn. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, that's for sure. 763, uh-huh. Oh, dude, do not believe yourself done. Psychotherapy complete. Totally fine now. What? The dreams are manifest. Oh, stellar. Snap. A three-eyed, four-eyed Dharma of butterfly wings. Whoa. All climbing up to the throne. I don't know. I think dreams have just slipped into reality. Oh, is that your phone? Oh, it's your lighter and... Okay, yeah, let's do that. Through scattered dreams, an elephant's pink. Yes. It's because of technology. Dreams and reality are shattering each other. Such a prophetic depiction. And buildings falling. Great tragedy. In the wake of childishness. Go. 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 Let him go. She refuses. Paprika! Oh, the second half shows up in reality. Of course, they can be manifest together. They are one and different and separate. Right, you separate your shadow out and you integrate with it at the same time, but you have to recognize it first. The one who is capable in dream and the one who's capable in reality working in unison. Same line. Dive straight through. In. Wow! Fuck! God, the worst thing ever. Straight in. Straight out of the camera. Amazing. You're just the rational mind. What do you know? Let the dreams take over a little bit, man. Oh, Togida! I think that's his name. Fuck that. He matters. Half and half. Different sides of the brain. Oh, yeah. Do you think that your unawakened self is a part of your conscious self or vice versa? Yeah, it's vice versa. You're a part of the unconscious. Not the other way around. Just like that old Baldy. No, you have to integrate with her. You have to force it. You and me together. You're split in half now. Because I don't know, man. He seems to be doing okay. Oh. She chose. Remember me, remember me. Ah, I know you love me. Oh, uh-oh. Well. Bap, 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 bap. Just going through a fucking poster. Wow. God, insane. The sludge of the hole. Right at the center of the mansion, I'm sure. The pit. The sixth burrow. The road to dreaming. You just run away from the sinking pit of hell? Uh-oh. Can she see herself in it? Oh! Made manifest. The real self. Wow, what? Back here. I'm in a bind. Pull him out. Later dreams and reality. Let the elevator close on its own without us in it. It's both, outside and inside. Num num num. Little bit of companionship, eh? It's her dream. Ah, her dream alters the dream. All right, the final boss. All right, we need Paprika and Chiba together. In dream, great, great. Destructive monster, doesn't care about anybody. Legs of dream. And you'll make it all the worst that it could be. To a darkened future. Paprika. Punpun. She's just gonna run in and integrate with the devil, isn't she? Oh, into the... Okay. And we get a kaiju battle? Level cities. New kaiju battle? Let's go, Robo. To the future. Man, woman, and machine. Pan up. Oh, man, woman makes baby. The impossible of potential. Fight, baby. Laser baby. Laser baby. Let's go, baby. Fire that laser. Let's go, laser baby. Uh-oh. I swallow everything. I swallow everything. Give me all the dreams. Into the child go all the dreams. Yum, 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 yum. And the child grows. How dare you consume what is mine? You can't stop it, buddy. The new life has awakened. No, not quite. It's a future element. It's an entity. It's the potential. David Goliath. Wow, layers and layers, Cone. What the fuck? I am child. You can't crush me. You can't crush me, old man. I'll eat you. Num 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 num, bitch. Yeah. Eat the rich. Consume the knowledge of your forebears, all their flaws, all their desires, and become grand. The feminine youth stands whole and reawakens the world in beauty. A shining statue. And no longer needed. A symbol. And only the destruction is left. Wanna go get a drink? Fuck. Holy shit. All that's all that's left over from the crash between dream and reality, the technological destruction, is the wake of destruction, and we don't even know what happened. But this is what happened. Dreams and reality awakened and smashed together. And that's your job as the child, is to consume the great and evil dreams and turn them into something new. Because you put yourself in order. Wow. And that's the relationship that we're building? Fair enough. All right, bye, guys. Yeah. She's a representation, and Chiba was just able to tap into that. That's pretty good. Right, because you fixed it. An unclosed loop. But you can barely remember, can't you? Huh. Just like Paprika is a separate self. Truth that came from fiction. Remember it all. Increíble. Increíble. Little bits of dream remain. You're dumped, bitch. Ha! They're getting married. But Paprika is separate. I'll bet it's his movie. Wow. Wow, high cone. Okay. Millennium Actress, Perfect Blue, Tokyo Godfathers. Blam, 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 Dreaming Kids. Oh, there's a new person there. That's the girl wasn't there before. It was just the two boys before. And he returns to film. He returns to the media that he had dismissed for so long. To his own loves. I really like that piece of track. I mean, they've used it. The complicated anti-speech. That's, well, it's like dream of speech. Manifest insanity. Spectacular. fucking spectacular film. There's zero chance that we're going to be able to even discuss this effectively. Like, no chance. I have to let it percolate. But we'll do a little bit. We'll do a little bit. We'll do like 20 minutes on this fucking film. Holy tit muffins. I'm just going to sit here till the end. I'm going to let it play. I doubt that there's an end credit scene or anything, and I really have to use the bathroom, but I'm just going to let it play. Well, that was a film. Excuse me while I go to the bathroom. And we'll return in a moment to talk through some elements of this movie. Alright, we return. I've heated up some food because timing is critical, and I don't want to be rushed in finishing this video so that I can go and eat. So instead I'm going to eat a little bit as I talk. And I'll try to cut out the parts where I'm eating. I think this film is fantastic. I think that's pretty obvious from the way that I reacted to it and spoke about it as it was happening. I don't know that I get it exactly. I think I got pieces of it, but overall, as I was going through, I was kind of grasping at straws as these extraordinarily complicated representations appear and occur. And not just complicated, but confusing. Confusing, but not confused. Because I think that Satoshi Kon and the people working on this film knew exactly what their representations were. It's something that's really striking about Kon's work, is that he's able to articulate in inarticulateness, in visual inarticulation, is able to articulate almost perfectly whatever idea is present. The parade, the grand marching onward of insanity. The girl who is not a girl, who is two girls, who is all girls, who is all people. The old man who is society and all old men and restraint. Tradition and the desire to live forever and the willingness to consume the youth to do so. And the youth, the child, born of trust between two people, born of self-destruction. The child is born and it consumes all of the stories and all of the dreams. It eats the dreams of the old and spits them out anew to kill the old and to generate a new world. And in it all is the detective, the man seeking himself, the man seeking justice and a reason, trying to close a loop that he opened for himself many years ago. a guilt and a shame. The mad scientist, the benevolent doctor, the arrogant lackey, in terms of Butterfly Man, driven only by his own desires, unable to restrain himself, withhold himself, restrain himself. And his benefactor, the mastermind of it all, the one who believes that dreams are sacred, that this is land that should not be tread, that these are doors that should not be opened, or more accurately, not that they should not be, but that he is the only one who is capable of doing so, because he wants all the power for himself. He couches it in altruism and says, no, it's too dangerous for us to go into dreams. But of course, he's the one who sponsored the maneuver anyway, and he's done it for his own reasons, his own immortality. Not for others, not for the children, not for the youth, but for himself. And so he is the arrogant parent. No benevolence from him, only the tyrannical father. Paprika. Tokita. But what's impossible to describe about the film is the way that it flows. Because the most striking thing is the ease. To me, having seen Kon's work multiple times, different works by this artist, from Godfathers to Actress to Perfect Blue, and now Paprika. It's always the ability to flow between states that strikes me about Kon, to flow between reality and dreaming in Perfect Blue, to show that things are what they are and that they are not what they are at all, that everything is through perceptual lenses. But moments like the opening sequence, where it's unclear what is real until it's clear that nothing is. Those moments are brilliant. Moments like when she goes and leaps over the railing, and the railing drops beneath her and she's dipped into unreality. Or where the president, the Kaicho, the chairman, comes out from behind the trees in his wheelchair just to join the conversation, and how that foreshadows him coming out from behind the trees, and he's walking on roots. Mobile roots, the thing that should hold him in place. A manifestation of the impossible. And then there's the incredibly articulate set of sequences as we delve deep and deeper into Dream itself. Down in here, the fairy flying, observing, viewing, deep into roots, into neurons, into truth, and find ourselves a cracked, shattered, overgrown shell. A man hollowed out and made foundations for someone else's dreams. A monster in tree, seeking to grab her and tear her from her reality. And then there's the prophecy built into the story. The internet, says one character, is not so different from dreaming. A shared place that we can go, that we can explore alone, together, manifested out of ideas, built out of ether. A place where all is hidden and all is revealed. Of eyes into every reality. A mangled, all-marching chaos. This is Carl G. Jung, which is an important book to have for this film particularly. There are historical reasons for this resistance to the idea of an unknown part of the human psyche. Consciousness is a very recent acquisition of nature, and it is still in an experimental state. Very recent. Couple thousand years old is consciousness, true consciousness. Insane. It is frail, menaced by specific dangers, and easily injured. As anthropologists have noted, one of the most common mental derangements that occur among primitive people is what they call the loss of a soul, which means, as the name indicates, a noticeable disruption, or more technically, a dissociation of consciousness. While this situation, speaking about the dissociation of the bush soul from the human soul, While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity, or split it. We can be possessed and altered by moods, or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, "What the devil has got into you?" We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. We may think we have ourselves under control, yet a friend can easily tell us things about ourselves of which we have no knowledge. Beyond doubt, even in what we call a high level of civilization, human consciousness has not yet achieved a reasonable degree of continuity. It is still vulnerable and liable to fragmentation. This capacity to isolate part of one's mind indeed is a valuable characteristic. It enables us to concentrate upon one thing at a time, excluding everything else that might claim our attention. But there is a world of difference between a conscious decision to split off and a temporarily suppress a part of one's psyche, and a condition in which this happens spontaneously, without one's knowledge or consent, and even against one's intention. The former is a civilized achievement, the latter a primitive loss of a soul, or even the pathological cause of a neurosis. Thus, even in our day, the unity of consciousness is still a doubtful affair. It can too easily be disrupted. An ability to control one's emotions that may be very desirable from one point of view would be a questionable accomplishment from another, for it would deprive social intercourse of variety, color, and warmth. It is against this background that we must review the importance of dreams, those flimsy, evasive, unreliable, vague, and uncertain fantasies. Consciousness can be disrupted. You can become a house divided against itself. Just like, I think, not Tokita. Let me pull up the characters. Because names. Ha! One of the two bartender guys is actually played by Satoshi Kon himself. And the other is Yatsutaka Tsutsui. Awesome. I'm thinking of Osanai. Osanai is divided against himself. Chiba is divided by choice. She becomes Paprika at will. She walks the line between dream and reality. She doesn't try to kill her dream self. Osanai, the bad guy who's in love with Chiba, he ends up split near the end of the film. Split in two, split down the middle even. Split between himself and the powerful one. We dive into painting. She becomes Sphinx, and he becomes Odysseus, I suppose. That's what she calls him, at least. I don't know if the mythology is correct there, exactly. But becoming the Sphinx is correct. The woman who causes riddles for man to solve. But he doesn't get it, and he tries to kill her. Eaten and consumed by the great whale. Marching along in the great parade. And eventually, we find what he wants. To trap her, a butterfly, on a table, his to control and touch and move. To tear apart her trappings, to reach inside her and yank from within the person that he's looking for. The image of what he's looking for, a sleeping beauty for him to save. But that's not what she is. And as he bursts through, it's from him that the chairman emerges, left and right halves, and each is battling the other. It's not just in psychosis that the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. It's normal. What are these two hands? Something like the two halves of a person, the desire for power and the lust. And even though they're aligned in a lot of ways in their destructive nature and their evil, greed and lust, they end up falling. They end up crushing each other and getting in each other's way as they move forward to tear apart the feminine and turn it into what they desire. And our hero leaps through and smashes through the barrier, through the silken screen between reality and fiction, in order to reach the real woman at the center of the fictional representation that is both Atsuko and Paprika. And he does so. He reaches her and pulls her out of it. And this moment, as he reaches out, right? Reaches out, and then the other hand whips forward and grabs him. No. Striking. Utterly striking. And so away we go into film. For our character, our cop, who walked away from film when he was young because of a traumatic event, and has left it behind and says now, I don't want stories, I want nothing to do with them. And indeed, as everything in this story comes back to the beginning, back to that elevator, back to the link between those two characters, his story comes back to not believing in film, to not believing in stories. And it's through those stories, Satoshi Kon's stories precisely, that he ends up finding himself, in the things that he has given up. He goes through the hero's journey, saves the girl, and saves her not to get her, even though he's fallen for her too. He saves her, to save himself, to repay a favor, to sleep at night maybe. Because it's the right thing to do. Because he needs to. Because he's compelled to. Because he's driven by dream. Welcome to the grand future. The great dreams once collectivized march on. And there is no getting out of the way. There's only joining and marching along with, or being crushed. At least that's how the world presents itself. But this tells another story. So, technology moves forward, and dreams begin to merge with reality. We're in that. We're in that right now. The fact that we can share our experience of a collected dream in this piece of media over the internet forever, that's a dream itself. That we can enter into a video game together and play characters that walk around in a virtual space together and fight with and against each other is a dream made manifest. We live in a world where dreams are becoming collective. They always have been. For you and I are not so different, and the lines between us are not as simple as we would think. But physically and manifestedly, the dreams are becoming collective. And we resist that. Every human who has a soul resists being sucked into something greater than ourselves. That's Shinji's story in Evangelion in many ways. I don't want to become a part of the whole. I want to remain me. So there's an answer. It's to allow your parts, your halves, your dream self and your rational self, the left and right brains, kind of, vice versa actually, right and left brains, right is dream, I think, because it's all flipped. You allow them to separate. You recognize that you are a multitude. If you look at yourself in the mirror and just say, no, I am contained and integrated, I am one thing, that's not going to work because it's going to be a lie. You're not one thing. You're many things. At base, you're at least half dream and half reality. There's a half of your brain that deals with things that are, and there's a half of your brain that deals with things that aren't yet. Or more accurately, there's a half of your brain that deals with order, things that you understand already, explored territory, and a half of your brain that deals with disorder and chaos, unexplored territory. And the ordered part of your brain works in structure and representation and pattern, and the disordered part of your brain works in symbol and flawed representation and ethereal and quantum and in-between and translucent. You have to recognize that those two things are separate, but they work together for a purpose. They come together into one integrated person, and then you are able to separate them out when you need one over the other, or you need to look at things from separate perspectives. The rational side which thinks, the irrational side which acts. There are lessons there. Probably you are more attuned to one of your sides of the brain. That is to say, probably you are more attuned to either order or chaos. If you find yourself having difficulty acting, if you find yourself repressing and restraining your urges, naturally, innately, then you are probably more aligned with order. And if you find yourself unable to restrain your actions, acting on a whim, acting impulsively, doing more than thinking, then you are probably more attuned to chaos. Either direction you are attuned to, you need the other half to become whole. Just as everyone in the story needs Paprika, but Paprika needs reality as well, and the two of them must be. She's finally being true to herself, Paprika says at the end, as Achan dives into fucking what's his name? Big Man, the robot. Tokita. As she dives into Tokita and is true to herself. Paprika, the dream side, the unconscious, always knew what Achan felt and should do and all of these things, but one side won't listen to the other. And as they express at some point in the film, I don't fucking remember, do you really think you're in control of yourself? No. No. You're an iceberg. The part of you that you see is the tippiest little tip of who you really are. And it is at your own peril that you believe you understand yourself. 'Cause you don't. 'Cause nobody does. Why don't you listen? You're a part of me, says the rational mind to the unconscious. Well, you've run against this before, right? Man, I really need to do that piece of homework. Man, I really need to stop smoking. Man, I really need to get up out of bed at the right time. Man, I really need to go ask that girl out. Man, I really need to not fuck around with stupid friends. Man, I really need to avoid partying so much. Man, I really need to start writing that book. Man, I really need to get to the gym. Your rational mind knows all these things, and yet you hit a wall as soon as you try to make yourself do them, and yet you think you're in control of yourself? Pah! Pshaw! Harumph! Har. You're not in control of yourself. Yourself is in control of you. But here's the magic. Here's the thing. You can change the self that is in control of you so that the impulses that you get are different than the ones you had before. And I know that this is true because 2 years ago, when I would get hungry, I'd go grab a snack of any kind, and who cares? Or I'd pull up Grubhub and see what's available near me and order $80 worth of food or some bullshit. And now when I get hungry, I'm like, some chicken and rice would be delicious right now. Gosh, I'd love some vegetables. How? Because I changed my unconscious, and I changed my habits, my behaviors. It all starts there. That's not as relevant to the film itself, but it's an externalization and an extrapolation. Achan can't control Paprika any more than you can control your damned ice cream cravings, you know? Can't really do it. So what do? You just act. You just go. Decide on the thing that you need to do rationally, and count backward from 5. I just stole this from Mel Robbins. Great idea. Interrupt your current irrational thought processes by counting. Counting is rational brain. Count back from 5 like a rocket counting down, and then go at the 0. Okay? So, you're laying in bed. You know you have to get up. The temptation comes over you once more just close your eyes again and lean back into the comfort of nothingness, of oblivion, of empty dream without purpose. Count backwards from 5, engage your rational mind, and turn on the thrusters. Bolt upright out of your bed, walk somewhere, go. Take control of yourself, turn the motors on underneath in the iceberg. Turn it into a giant iceberg ship. I forget what that's from. Stupid metaphors, doesn't matter. Why don't you listen? Aren't you a part of me? Have you ever thought that maybe you are a part of me? That's exactly correct. Which came first, consciousness or unconsciousness? The answer is easy. Unconsciousness, always. The answer is represented quite well in religious texts, even. Let me pull up Genesis really quick. Just to give you, I'll be clear. I'm not a religious person, but it's a good depiction. Read Genesis 1. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Without form and void. And the Spirit moved upon the face of the waters. Let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, and that it was good, and divided the light from the darkness. But before there was light, there was darkness. This is an ancient representation. Again, this isn't a story about how things are. It's about how things dream. It's a dream. The biblical stories, they're dreams. They're inarticulate shadows. What was existence? Existence was darkness. What came after darkness? Light, sight, thought, being, existence, awake, conscious, deep and void. Consciousness is like Hawaii, like a volcanic island. For millennia, it has burbled up from the surface of the seafloor, heat driven out, pushed out from the bowels of the earth, up and up, layer by layer, building and building, and then one day, it crests what it doesn't even know is there, the surface of the water. It pushes through, and in pushing through, it is born into oxidation, into light, and into destruction. But the island is not the thing that is above the surface. The island is the depths beneath. And so many of us, little islands, looking around us at the wide, wide world in the open, open sky, we think ourselves complete and whole, and we forget to look down and see the mountains of cold, dead stone, our ancestors that have come before. And in our consciousness, we forget that we are not the peak above the water, but the whole mountain, the whole volcano, the whole island. And so burbling up we go, and we forget that our shape is driven and determined by what lies beneath, not by what is above. Have you ever thought that maybe you are a part of me? Yes. Do as I say. To think that you can control yourself and others. How arrogant can you be? You're just like an old baldy, I know, because that character isn't an individual person. It's a representation of an idea, of a dream itself. And every person has it in them. The desire to control it all. To take dream and say, well, that's too chaotic, I will control it. To be the one at the top of the marching pyramid of the parade, directing it. but being drawn and pulled along by it all the same. The desire to wrap roots around the world and control it, to root oneself so deeply that you can't be moved. To hold and cling on tight, tight, tight. And roots are more than that. They're gathering, they're stealing, they're parasitic. They intertwine into everything around and they suck the life from it. It's what that old baldy tried to do to the image of Paprika, image of Chiba. Wrap the roots around, and it's rapacious, it's rapey, it's tentacle porn-y, and Satoshi Kon knows it. The roots want to take her and demolish her into little pieces and turn them into more of itself. That's what he wants. He doesn't want just control or comprehension. He wants disintegration of everything but the self. Destroy all in order to build myself anew. To live forever. And that call out, just like the old baldy I knew. They reach an impasse. So be it. The creative half decides to go and stop the incredible future. The other half refuses. I can't just leave Tokito because Huh? Because what? No response. You don't need to rationalize. You don't need to justify. You just need to act. And so off she goes. And oddly, while we expect dang, we needed her, Paprika says, oh. I guess she's become true to herself then, following what she really wants. As though the rational and the irrational are not so different. As though the one mountain is itself one mountain. As though the island above and the grand structure below are just sides of one coin, one person, one being. And as your rational side chooses to embrace it, the irrational side looks upon her and smiles. That's the way, girl. That's the way. Walk forward. And so it is, and so she does. The one I've been waiting for, he says. It's me, the one you like. Achan, she uses her own pet name that she doesn't like. Yum, 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 yum. I wish I knew what that banner said. With a little bit of help, they crash him and get him stuck, and we return to the beginning. She helps him out of the bind, puts a hand on him, and they connect, really and truly. Despite their outside trappings, they see the dream versions of each other. The great, ingenious robot. I swallow everything. I devour it all. And I turn it into manifestations of greatness. And so, fading away, they join as one and are faced by the great monster of, not tradition exactly, but greedy, self-centered, narcissistic destruction. The desire, the will, the belief, the arrogance that one person should determine the dreams of all other people. That in collectivization of dream, we can lead to the unification of dream, and that unification should be yours to decide. But who are you, old man? What are you that we should listen to you? And what will happen if we follow in your path? Destruction. By your own hand. Way to go, Lord of Darkness. Light and dark, reality and dreams, life and death, man and woman. Duality, non-duality. Separation, integration. Man and woman, then you add the missing spice, paprika. And so, the irrational leaps and vanishes into the robot itself. This is so multi-layered. Mechas are your future robot self. in a mecha pilot cockpit built for two. It's where you and your one get together and manifest a way of being into the future. It's Gurren Lagann. It's Nia, I think, and Simone in the cockpit. Bam. Together as one. It's David and Lucy together in the vehicle, in the car. We're driving together. We're unified in this greater structure that allows us to move forward. That's a box that we put ourselves in that restrains us and contains us. And it's not just the rational side, but the irrational side that both have to be aligned in that. And man and woman come together. And inside the mecha that leads to the future, as the great rampaging monsters walk around, exploding worlds as though Dr. Manhattan with a wave of the arm. A tiny baby. A new life is born from the intermingling of the two, of the woman and the man and the missing spice. A little bit of paprika. And the little baby inhales unreality and dream and grows larger and larger and larger. And the old geezer tries to stop the new growing monster, the threat, tries to stand in its way, tries to restrain it and hold it back the way that an adult holds a child back. And finds himself inhaled by the future. You can't stop it, old man. Nom 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 nom. Tasty dream you've got there, buddy. And so in the youth's consumption of the dreams of the old, the youth is built strong and stronger than the old, and tears the old down to build it anew. And in that moment, looking up, like Symphogear, the sky is burst forth, awakened, and the need for this pattern of destructive representation, this kaiju monster, is no more. This collective dream state that is the manifestation is no longer needed. The job is done. The status quo is restored. We've descended into the depths. We've found the light of truth, the reality, the enemy. We've returned to the surface and watched the enemy grow unfathomably large. Then through connecting with each other in the great ancient traditions, the male and female, the child production, with everyone else sitting around watching, unable to act, the state, the police, the benevolent father, the watching bartenders, who are also observers, who are also something else in the system, because one of them is played by Satoshi Kon. All of that watches over as we return to a comprehensible world. And all that's left over is the wake of destruction left by dreams and chaos. As though by an ideological conflict, we find ourselves inside the root-infested shell of the body of our own existence. And we wonder at what caused all of this insanity. Well, it was us, of course. Our own minds generate the world. And our own minds destroy it. Side, integration, goal, dream, reality, man, woman, truth, fiction. And that's the story at the end. As our police officer discovers that you find the truth is in fiction and the fiction's in truths. And that the two mirrored together can inform your dreams. And that without them, without film perhaps, dreams become discombobulated. Perhaps it seems to me that Kon is trying to say that it is film, or representation, or art, or story, or media, in more broad categories, but film specifically for Kon. It is film that allows the individual to align his or her dreams with reality, or with the collective dreaming, in a way that doesn't force you to get marched along into the parade, but lets you sit and observe and articulate, condense and find and discover. Understand, comprehend, and become. And like an alchemist, like a true alchemist, bound by the laws of equivalent exchange, your job, your way, your goal is to take the world tear it apart into its component pieces, comprehend them each in individuality, and marry them back together into a new union. We tear apart this world, we let it become indistinct and dreamlike, fuzzy at the edges, and then we snap it back into focus, into a new status quo, a new way of being, a future that we can march toward, that we are a part of, that we are. And we stop being so afraid of dreams. And so afraid of our realities. Because what we do, what we are the things that move between. Our ability to see through dreams in waking life is the thing that leads to all of this chaos, because nobody knows how to handle it. The ones who see through the dreams who aren't strong enough get pulled along into the great parade and turned into instruments and cell phones. They follow along in their marching paths, bound by form and function. If you grapple with the unconscious unconsciously, you will be pulled along in its wake, torn asunder by cell phones and games, robots and ideas, things that you don't understand. But if you come at the unconscious with the conscious, if you evaluate dreams with the part of you that dreams and with the part of you that thinks, and you make yourself capable of thinking rationally in the space of dreaming, and dreaming in the space of rational thinking, and you allow yourself to flow between, then your reality and all its restrictions become but effervescence and air, membranes like the film screen that you can walk through and push through to reach new reality. And your dreams, your nightmares, become real things too. And that's part of Jung's idea, is that when you are able to look at both as with the other, if you're able to evaluate both the dream and the reality with both the dreaming and the realistic parts of your brain, then you can look at your dreams and determine from them what real-world changes you need to make, because your dreams are always symbolic representations of reality. Why did Achan not have any dreams? Because she didn't have a future. Why does she have them at the end? Because she's chosen to move toward the future that she was repressing. The future where she's in love with a fat man. A genius. A person that she was dismissing before. A place where she's actually integrated with Paprika, where she is the one who helps, as well as the doctor, where she is the young girl, as well as the articulate businesswoman, the scientist. The scientist and the youth, the gallivanter, the dancer, the circus performer. They're all hats and identities. And she's capable eventually of becoming the thing that puts on other hats. Instead of being Paprika or Achan, she's both and neither, and she's whole. And in becoming whole, she makes the people around her whole too. Fuck. So what are the lessons? Dismiss dreams at your peril. Dismiss stories at your peril. Or, from a different, more positively framed perspective, stories are tools. Really powerful tools. Movies are good forms of stories. Use them. Get to know them. And try to evaluate them both with your unconscious dreaming and your conscious mind. Because when you sit in a movie theater and you watch a film and you walk out just going, well, that was fun, I guess, and that's about as far as your thoughts go, the movie has still impacted you deeply. It's writ itself, emblazoned itself, burned itself into your subconscious, and it will affect your behavior moving forward. In fact, given our studies on our advertisement, it seems that the less conscious you are of the film, the more it will affect your behavior. This is true in advertisement. The people who think of themselves as, oh, I'm pretty immune to advertising, I don't bother with it, I don't pay that much attention to it, they're the ones who are impacted the most effectively by advertisement. Isn't that interesting? If you sit there and you actively watch ads and you go, this is a commercial for chocolate cookies with cream centers, and it's putting a lot of ideas into my brain. If you look at it and you watch it and you go, this is affecting me, it will actually affect you less because you're conscious of it. You're more capable of parsing the manipulation that's occurring if you evaluate it both with your unconscious and conscious minds. The same is true of film. You can really parse through it. And what that means is you don't just get pulled along unconsciously into the great dancing, marching parade and turned into something that you're not. You get to decide what parts of the film to steal and take and integrate into you. Do you want to be a mecha robot? Do you want to be a man with roots for legs? Do you want to be a butterfly collector? Or do you want to be something more like Paprika? A person who is capable of being both together, at will, at once, for yourself and for all of those around you. If you do, then when you observe film, do so with both minds. It's sort of what we think, or what we mean when we say, looking with the third eye, because the third eye doesn't actually exist. The third eye, represented, is about 2 inches back from the center of your forehead in terms of the representations in meditative traditions. So what does that mean? Well, it's about where the parts of your brain cross over and where your eyes, your ocular nerves cross over. The third eye isn't an actual eye. It's the ability to integrate the left and the right together. It's the place where the thought patterns meld and mix. How do you open it? By being in balance. Dream and reality. One open to the other, interpreted by the other. Treating your dreams as if they have rational meaning. Treating your rational actions as though they are informed by dreams and vice versa. And then you can be awake. And then, when you're awake, you can see. You can explore. You can dig into the depths of your society and the people around you. Dive into the minds of those you call friends. Understand them and help them. To stave off the ever-present corruption of greed, for example, and lust, for example, as those are the things that are most present in this film. You can stave them off because you are integrated and whole and capable of recognizing and evaluating and deciding. You are the thing at the center, the thing that chooses, the comb that separates the wheat from the chaff, that aligns the world as though combing through hair, lining everything up, and pulling out bits of scattered dust and debris. Straightening, softening, smoothing it out, until it's all one coherent mass. A status quo driven in a direction for yourself. Become one, break the barriers, and then rebuild them, and then break them again, and then rebuild them, and then break them again. And in the process, become very good at breaking and very good at building. And then become an alchemist. Break, comprehend, rebuild. Break, comprehend, rebuild. And then apply the process to yourself and the world. Become whole and reflect your wholeness out into reality. Fight the darkness. Fight the light. Fight everything that is not in balance. For the darkness calls to the light. And when we shine the light of rationality upon everything, we lose sight of the fact that we are creatures born in darkness. Our eyes are closed before they are open. And we are unconscious before we are conscious. Asleep before we wake. So take dreams lightly at your peril, says the film. And it paints the picture perfectly. A little bit of missing spice makes the whole thing work. Ooh. we'll wrap there. We might revisit this depending on how the comments come in. Thank you so much for watching this reaction to Paprika and discussion that followed. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that I've effectively seen through some elements of this film. I think this one's maybe the kind of movie where you watch it and you come out going, yep, that made sense. Or you come out going, what the fuck was that about? That was some bullshit, man. What? Fuck you. That doesn't make any sense at all. And either way, you're wrong. Because it makes perfect sense and no sense at all, and that's the point. So thanks for coming along. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if this film has affected you in any way. Let me know if my interpretation has affected your interpretation of the film in any way. And if so, how? In what direction? And I'll see you next time that we decide to do a big movie like this. This was fun. Thanks for watching. Support me on Patreon if you enjoyed this content or got anything valuable from it. A couple bucks goes a long way in my life, so if you have them to spare, it would be really appreciated. Thank you so much. Peace.